This is a pretty special place.
What's the most important asset in today's community?
It's just cops and robbers, right? That's what people think.
You're our future. You're a big part of the community. We want to make sure that you succeed in life.
Why now?
Why not? This is the perfect time.
People don't think about it, but you do need to explain this thing.
It really is the good old-fashioned Good Samaritan ethic.
How are you going to be remembered? Do you live for yourself or you live for others?
You don't surrender, you don't retreat. You have to be an example.
Slow, slow, slow. Good try.
As corny and cliche as it sounds, there's a heartbeat behind this badge.
I think we need more corny and cliche in the world. The NYPD is the largest and one of the oldest police departments in the United States. And New York City streets are known for being New York tough, so the New York Police Department needs to be even tougher.
But to see what goes on behind that tough exterior,
We spoke to NYPD officers, mentors and educators who are proud to wear a badge over their hearts that signals not only their dedication to protection, but to the service of their community.
our story today ends in the Bronx, but that's not where it begins. We're on our way to Staten Island to see what some NYPD officers do when they're not in uniform.
This is a place where the kids work. This is like a job. They come in here, joke around, but they get to work. This is Park Hill's Cops and Kids Gym. We have 3 free gyms in New York City.
Free for who?
Free for cops and free for kids.
And this isn't a new program. It's been running for well over a decade.
I boxed with police officers when I was a kid, when I was in high school. The boxing program used to be a part of the Police Athletic League, the PAL. When I became a police officer in 2008, I immediately joined the boxing team because I was a PAL kid.
The PAL boxing program got cut in 2007, but that didn't stop the officers. A former sergeant immediately formed NYC Cops and Kids Boxing, a non-profit organisation, to ensure the service continued, which provides a lot more than just physical training.
You gotta do good in school, and we have incentives. If you score 90 on your report card, you get $50.
Hang on, so you know what grades they're getting?
I do know, because every time they get a 90, they're gonna bring it to you and they get $50. They get $50.
That's a pretty good incentive.
I wish they had that when I was in school. I would have studied a lot harder. Ruben, who's extremely smart, won tons of times the $50 monthly report card. Yeah, also national champ. Was ranked at a couple times one in the country, #1 in the country. We've had 3 former Olympians from this program. Started here, became Olympians, and still with their coaches. Slow, slow, slow.
For your first sponsored job post.
This gets you focused.
Try.
This gets you.
It's not a team sport. You have a coach and you have people on the outside, but it's you. I love the discipline, the fitness, just the mindset. It made everything else easier. We know the streets can be dangerous, and there's a huge gap between school and, your home during the day. And there's a huge void. Parents are working busy, so we're here for the kids.
This is a pretty special place.
When I was growing up, there were so many more programs open for kids, and it's not anymore, unfortunately. Communication is such a big thing. So being able to talk to kids, relate, even the language. I'm learning new words every day.
So you're learning what's going on the streets from the kids coming in here.
You can, absolutely. And you also learn how to box, because I know when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I can't wait to box against a cop in the ring. And I did, and it's like, oh, I gotta hit a cop and get away with it.
Do the kids feel that about you?
Well, They know. I'm getting a little older, so I gotta slow down. But
Joel may be slowing down a little with his boxing, but he and NYPD Lieutenant Vince Variano are now ramping up their community efforts.
so this is our uniform when
Either in the real uniform or the off-duty uniform.
yeah, this is our off-duty uniform.
So you're just 24/7 cops.
Pretty much.
Joel and Vinny recently took over Cops Who Care, an organisation which has been around for almost 2 decades.
They started this in 1994. It was originally called the New York City Police Alliance. Same mission, statement, same goal: prevent juvenile delinquency, child care, youth development, and bridging. It's such a cliche saying, bridging that gap. We like to more say, fixing what's broken.
What is broken? What do you think is broken?
So to me, it's like, it's not the police are necessarily broken or the community is broken. What's broken is the line of communication.
100%.
I personally feel that sometimes people see the uniform first. Like, I became a police officer at 23 and a half. I wasn't born a police officer. You identify with the job that you do and the career we chose, but I want people to identify with me as a person. Forget about just with police. I think that's what's broken in society, communication. I can say the same thing, but maybe a different tone, or I'm doing something else while I'm saying it, and the message is lost in translation.
He's half Spanish, half black. He's from Sunset Park, Brooklyn. I'm Italian, I'm from Staten Island. Jay's in the military as well. So just the backgrounds that we have combined together, we want to make a difference.
How do you do all this?
24 hours in the day, make it happen. You need, 7 to 8 to sleep? The rest you got to figure it out.
I sleep for 7, he sleeps for 2. It balances out. It balances out.
Thank you for fitting us into your busy schedule.
No, thank you. We thank you. The mentorship that we do, entire Brooklyn South, we cover housing developments. I see a lot of horrible things. A lot of these kids have no father. A lot of these kids have no mother. I met a kid 2 weeks ago. He has no dad. His mom's disabled, right? He's 15. He just turned 16. I FaceTimed him last night. Me and my fiance were on the couch. I called him up. What are you doing? You staying out of trouble? I'm watching you. Oh, Vin, what's up? I said, come to the precinct Saturday. We're going to do some boxing. And we want to show him, listen, you don't have to be a cop. You don't have to be a fireman. You don't have to be a sanitation man. You can be anything in the world you want. But just don't look at your surroundings and think that it all ends here. They call me Big Bro. They call me for guidance and they say, Vin, what should I do with this? This is my girlfriend or my job or at school, teacher. And those moments of these kids actually just asking me for a little bit of guidance. What would I have done if I was 17, 16? No, this is what I would do. This is what you should do. I'm gonna pick you up, let's talk about it. Them looking up to me just for a little bit of guidance, I can't ignore the call. It's kind of upsetting that this is just a small portion. There's thousands of kids that need that. There's so many. So we're just trying to do like a portion of what we could do. It's
trying to do our part.
What's the most important asset in today's community? Right? The kids, the children. They're the most important asset in today's society, is the kids, because in 10, 20 years, they're gonna be sitting where we're sitting. So you can't have this distorted mind frame of all cops are bad. Sometimes we'll walk by kids and they'll be with their moms. Some mothers will say, hey, say hi to the cop, say hi. And then other moms will say, don't. And I'll still wave and say, hey, how you doing? How are you? And even if I don't get a hello, goodbye back, that's fine because I'm happy with what I did.
We're doing this on our time because we care. I mean, there's tons of cops and there's tons of police officers doing the same thing.
We would do this regardless, like whether we were cops or not, because we actually do care. We're not doing this for
just change the name, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
We wouldn't be cops.
Yeah. Guys who care.
Guys who cares.
But we figuring out with the tiny little platform that we have, we want to make the best of what we're doing, and it's our time to go. Hopefully God says, hey, these guys weren't perfect. They made a few mistakes, but you know what? They tried hard to leave some positivity in the world.
To me, it's like, how are you going to be remembered? Do you live for yourself or you live for others? I live for others because at the end of the day, if you affected someone's life in a positive way, they carry on your memories.
I wondered if Joel and Vinny's amazing positivity is a norm in New York or an exception to the rule. We needed to get a closer look to find out.
We do see people at their worst, right? As police officers, no doubt about this. And an average person has no idea what their neighbors are capable of. something that haunts me till today. Walking into an apartment and seeing a parent using a certain type of punishment against their child. They were ironing the child with an iron. Yeah. Keep this with you. You take it with you. It was so many years ago, but I always kept this vision in front of me. And I felt that day when we arrested this person, this father, that we did something that, nobody else would do in the society for the benefit of the society.
Over the past 20 years, Maria Haberfeld has taught thousands of NYPD officers ethics and counter-terrorism classes. And she has researched police integrity, not just in New York, but worldwide.
You have seen both sides of the academic world, and previously being a police officer yourself, you understand what it's like on the streets, policing. Where are we at today in terms of policing now as opposed to where you've seen it being previously?